1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed to start the show.
Denise is going to kill herself.
That's the admission into the show. That's all it is. Welcome to the show.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
You brought a spectator.
I did. My husband, Mike.
Off on the side there.
He's a great chauffeur.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uber.
He's a moober.
He's a moober.
Yes, he is our moober.
Monique, welcome to the show. What are we going to chat about today?
Well, I'm going to quickly correct you because my name is Monique.
Monique?
Not Monique.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, I thought it was Monique.
Spelling is the same.
Okay.
It's just the pronunciation, and I'm
Monique.
a little picky.
Monique.
Take the O out. Monique.
Monique. That's it. All right,
That's
now
it.
I got it. Thank you for correcting me.
You're very welcome.
Listen, I'm bad with names, especially last names, and we get a lot of tradespeople in here with...
Yeah. Crazy ones like mine.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome.
So you're from AMA Roofing Supplies.
Correct.
Family business, no?
Yes.
Oh, so I love family mom and pop shops.
It's a great mom and pop shop.
How long has it been around?
43 years.
That's a long while.
It is a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we want to begin? First, let me, custom quality t-shirt I'm wearing.
Very nice.
That's all. I just want to get it out.
Yes.
I wear a different t-shirt from a different tradesperson or a different business every time I do a show.
So I need to get you some.
You have to get extra large.
I will be on that.
Don't get anything snuggy, right? Extra large. Okay. So you're the office manager. Website is amaroofing-supplies.com.
Yep.
And then it's your name, which is spelled MONIQUEL.
Yep.
At amaroofing-supplies.com. Yep. You're all over social. So
yes.
and it's basically the same thing. AMA Roofing 1979 on Twitter.
Yep.
And then it's AMA_roofing_supplies on Instagram.
Yep.
And then find it on Facebook under the same company name.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So where do we want to begin?
Where do we want to begin? So how did we begin?
Who started it?
My dad.
Okay.
Yes. My dad started the business in June of 1979. With a pickup truck and a trailer.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm trying to visualize 1979 Hamilton.
Yeah. Blue pickup.
What made him think to start it?
Well, my dad was a roofer, owned Clouds Roofing for a long time. I don't even think I was born yet when he started that business. I should probably ask him. Anyway, yeah. So getting roofing supplies in Hamilton was difficult because it was coming from Toronto.
Nobody was working in Hamilton back in the 79?
Well, there wasn't like a retail store where you could buy product. You'd have to go to Toronto to get it.
Wow.
So
I didn't realize that. Yeah, it's true.
So my dad approached ICO and said, I'm opening a business. And ICO said, well, we're going to help you do that. And here we are.
That's the start of it.
That was the start of it.
When did you get started in it?
In 1989.
Okay, so 10 years later.
And my brother started in 86. My brother started full time in 86, but summers and weekends. And since he was like this big, let's go.
What was the tradesperson like back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s? Are they the same? They're not the same person today.
God, no.
What are they like today versus what they were like yesterday?
I don't want to.
Why are you looking at?
Because. Okay, my personal opinion, and I'm going to offend a ton of people right now.
Why?
Because the construction workers in the 80s worked. They worked.
This has been said several times on this show.
Yes, and construction people of today are big fucking babies.
Okay, all right. It's perfectly fine to be honest.
What can you do for me? What can you do for me? What can you do for me? Well, I can do all kinds of things for you, and a little bit of reciprocation would be greatly appreciated sometimes. So, yeah, everyone wants everything for free and they want it 5 days ago. Well, it doesn't always happen. And when you cannot make that happen, then you're just a piece of shit. Sorry about it.
No, I'm looking for the truth here.
That's the truth.
That's basically it. So
that's how I feel today.
When did it change? Do you remember like there was a shift?
Yeah. I can't really give you like an exact timeline. Like the companies that started with AMA at the time, when all of them all started to retire and the new group started to come up. So I would probably say I really have noticed a crazy shift in the last 10 years, let's say. The last 10 years have been so difficult.
So
Like,
what
so
what were the
difficult.
crews back in the 80s and 90s? Were they older tradespeople?
Well, to me, of course.
'Cause you're-
Yes, I was,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I was in my teens. So, yeah, I would probably say the majority of the construction people I dealt with were already in their 40s. The young guys weren't. The young guys were the workers, not
But they became the business owners.
they are now.
But did they become the business owners too soon?
Yeah,
So they didn't know all the pitfalls that the older
correct.
were.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yes. Like a lot of the young guys today are gonna, work with a company for a season and say, "Oh, I can do this on my own. Fuck you, I'm on my own.
I can run my own ship. I know.
Yeah.
And that's
it
a big
happens
problem. I
lot.
think they need to weather the storm. I think they need to
pay their dues,
pay their
like
dues.
everybody else,
I
because
agree.
nobody does that today.
No.
Nobody does that.
So right now, all the people that you see that are crews and businesses, they're all younger crews, rock and rollers. I'm assuming is safety kind of backseat, or are they just good at?
No, I don't think that safety. No, I don't think that safety takes a backseat because the ministry is too out there today.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys are still coming in buying all kinds of equipment on a daily basis. So no, I don't think safety is a thing. I think, I just think the want of I need it right away, or the want. The want on the grand scheme, the want is different.
How come? Okay, so if they're better business people, wouldn't they plan this? I mean, it takes a little bit of time to get an estimate out to a client, to prep things, get the crew scheduled. So there's time, right?
Oh yeah.
So why are they leaving, I guess, the ordering of the product last minute? That's
I have
exactly
no
what's going on
idea.
here, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, because you get a phone call at 4:00 on a Monday and say, "Oh, I need a first thing tomorrow morning delivery. Can you make?" I've had the full delivery schedule set now for 2 days.
Yeah.
And now you are going to screw everybody else ahead of you, but that's not I don't care about anybody else. So you just get my stuff right now. I shouldn't bang on the table.
You can bang on the table. It's tempered glass. So how do you change that? Can we change it? Should we change it?
I don't know. Because when you try to change it, then everybody just gets mad at you. And all you really try to do is try to help everybody and try to keep the peace with everybody. And most of my days, I literally feel like, the guy who brings the airplane in.
Oh, the traffic controller.
That's what I feel like all day long. Because you're just trying to.
So why are they
smooth
walking
everything
into
out.
your establishment in a already grumpy mood? Like,
I don't necessarily think they're in a grumpy mood. I think that they just want things now.
as being Mr. Grumpy is what it's being.
Maybe, I guess.
Isn't it? I
guess.
Why not come in a little more pleasant? Hey, how are you? Good morning. Lovely day today. How
Yeah.
about that?
No, I
Little
would
bit of
say a
that?
good 90% of our customers do come in like that. But
Okay.
then the second you can't do something for them.
They turn?
Oh, yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde roofing?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah,
Is
it's
it
tough.
okay? So is the roofing industry competitive?
Very.
Like pennies competitive? Or
Yes,
is it really
100%. 100%.
race to the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Why is it that? Is it customer driven?
Yes.
So they'll always just keep on looking for the next best price,
Yeah.
and it's got to be
Yeah.
lower than the current price.
Daily, we would be creating quotes, and you can tell just by the person on the phone that you're being shopped.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So why is that environment like that? Such an important
I don't know,
part of-
because I don't know. Because the more money I can save here, the more money I'm going to make there.
But the more money that they're asking the clients to make you, as a tradesperson, reduce your rate, which means that they have to
Yes.
go back to their bottom line and try to reduce your rate.
Right.
It's like a down.
Because it's, whatever they're making on the labor or the whatever never really, in my opinion, seems to be looked at. It's only what the product cost is. Well, I need to do better on my product
It's
cost.
funny you say that because you get a lot of guys are saying that's labor is the one that takes the hit on it. I think the material takes the hit on it too.
I think the material takes a big hit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're really being like when AMA first started, there was maybe definitely two that I can tell you right off the top. Retail stores in the greater Hamilton area, like from Oakville to St. Catharines.
Okay.
And now there's 22, 23.
So in the span of 30 years,
Yeah.
everybody saw what your dad saw.
Yeah.
So it's become very competitive now.
Very competitive. And it's not just roofing supply stores. It's like construction supply stores now. It's not just a plumbing store. That plumbing store now has fixtures, not just pipes and tools.
So they're all trying to make a dime here and there. They're all trying to
anything that you can, I guess, get your hands on. But the box stores really do cause family businesses like myself a huge amount of difficulty because the homeowner doesn't see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So you're going to walk into Home Depot and you're going to see, their shingles are, let's just say $20, but their box of nails is $70. Their valley is $49. Like all of the accessories you need to go as a kit are triple the amount of what we would be selling it, but they're in the door because their shingles are cheaper than mine.
But there's more to a roof than shingles.
Who knows that? Who knows that?
I do.
Because you're in the construction industry. A homeowner's not going to know that.
I'm just going to let everybody know that I know that too. Right?
Yeah, right.
But I know I've got a bone to pick with all the clients.
Yeah, the
out
box
there.
stores
they
really
don't
give us a run
understand it,
for
right?
our
They don't
money.
But then they're also, okay, since we're already here, why don't we look at plants? Since we're already here, let's look at washing our car. Since
Right.
we're already here, then we'll get some bundle
let's
shingles.
just check out that carpet before we walk
I
out
know.
the door.
I know.
Yeah. But
But you guys are thriving though.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We have an amazing clientele. Like we really do. Like our good core group of customers who we see every day are spectacular. And then there's a whole other level of construction people who go from place to place to place to place to place to place to get the best deal.
They'll just travel to wherever to try to save $1.
I believe that to be true. Yes.
So they're the ones that are going to different fuel pumps for a penny or two difference.
Yeah. Yeah. In my opinion. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The good guys who you, as again, I said, who you see every day, that they're going to be the ones who are going to continue to move forward.
But they're building a relationship with you. That's the thing about mom and pop
makes
shops.
a big difference.
They come in, they take care of you, you take care of them, they stay loyal to you.
Yeah. So, again, if it's one of those customers who we see every day who call me at 4:00 on a Monday and need a first thing delivery, we will do our absolute best to, work around and say, we're going to fit you in here, but you got to be on the ball because we have to be here in half an hour later, right? So, and those guys work with us. That's great. But the people that we don't see every single day who call me at 4:00 and say, I need it tomorrow. And then if I say, well, I'm so sorry, can I do, 11? Whoa, what the?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you just turn around and just say, hey, new guy?
I wish I could say many things, but you can't. I can't. I can't do that. I can say it here.
Yeah, of course you can. It's a hard job, though. It's a hard trade.
Yes, it is.
Takes a toll on your body. Takes a toll
everything.
on your mind.
Yeah.
Takes a toll on everything, right?
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, and everything, of course, that's been going on for the last couple of years have just impacted all of that to be.
But have they gotten? I know everybody's like a gopher hole. Everybody's just popping their heads out now, and everyone's kind of go back to normal land.
Yes.
So are they doing that? Everyone's coming in. So
yeah,
if you were grumpy before, you're coming in grumpy. You're not coming in as happy.
I think so.
Right? If they were dwarfs and like whatever, and coming into So how do we change them? I want to change them. I want them to understand. Listen
give
to
them
the
a
show.
flower every day.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Tell them to put it on the peak when they finish the job.
This is just ridiculous.
I don't know. They're
I don't know. I really don't know
bunch.
how to change. I really don't know how to make a change.
Because you're still running a business. Everybody here is running a business.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to make some money, survive, and do all this other stuff. So you got to be respectful of that. You can't just lash out at the next person, small business owner, just because you're having a bad day.
Yeah, you would think that would be the
No, I'm trying to like be nice about it, but I get
but
it.
it definitely is out there, and it does get a little bit more difficult every day.
So back in the 80s and 90s, shingles, have they dramatically changed?
Yes.
Your husband will probably have it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, what have they done? What's the drama behind the changing?
Okay, so in the 80s you had the most popular shingle that was out there was your traditional 3-tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even being manufactured today.
Nobody's making green? treetop?
No. Well, kind of, no. A lot of the major manufacturers are not manufacturing that anymore.
Everybody wants architectural.
Correct.
That's
And that's the way it's going. But, you know, in the 80s, you had your most popular shingle, traditional 3-tab. And then you had all these different kind of designer shingles to go with that. So if you needed an upgrade, you had like 5 or 6 different kinds of upgrades to choose from. So you could go with a Skyline or a Chateau or a Renaissance or whatever. And now today, all the shingles look the same.
Everybody's?
Everybody's. The shingle colors are different. The quality of the
I was
product is way different.
I was going to ask about the quality.
Yeah, quality is way different.
Is it better or worse than it was?
I think for certain products it's way better, and for certain products it's not better. For certain manufacturers, it's not better, in my opinion.
No, that's fair enough. You've seen it. You're seeing it. You're also getting from the horse's mouth. You're getting it from tradespeople who use it.
Yeah. And I see it for myself. I see it for myself every day. Yeah.
So why are they doing that? Just for cost? They're, again, race to the bottom.
Money. Yeah, big money. Yeah, they're, you know, I have very strong opinions about certain manufacturers, that there are manufacturers who are in it to make a good product, and there are manufacturers that are in it just for marketing purposes.
Got it. Okay. We don't have to get into who's who or what's the story.
Well, if anybody that knows me is going to be listening to this podcast, everyone's going to know,
and they know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And rightly they should.
Which is a shame because a roof is so important in anybody's home.
And many, many people don't get that. They don't see, again, the bigger picture. So you would not even blink an eye to go and spend 20 grand on a kitchen countertop. But I'll be goddamned if I'm going to spend $5,000 on my roof. What the fuck is that?
I know.
Right? It is your first protection on your entire home.
You realize that stove or whatever is underneath your roof?
Yeah.
And by the way, the family,
yeah.
like the kids and the dog, everything, right?
So no one sees that bigger picture. They just want to know that it's pretty on the inside and not care about how to keep it pretty on the inside.
We recently had a guy roofer from Luso, and he still hand nails.
I have one.
You have one too?
Yep.
So they're out there, huh?
Yep.
Can
I say his name?
Of course you can.
His name is Greg Barrett from Grand River Roofing.
Okay, cool.
And so Greg was taught by Andy Babineau, and Andy Babineau is lifelong roofer. He started with my dad. I have pictures of them with their big afro hair. 1970 something. And Andy worked and right to the bitter end. And he taught Greg an amazing trade, and he fulfills it to the 9th degree. He really does.
Why did he have such a love for hand nailing roofing?
The quality of it, I think.
That's exactly what Nuno said.
I want
the
the job
thing,
done right, not fast. Yeah.
Because these kids nowadays, it's just tum, 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 tum.
Yeah. Don't pay attention even to where
they're not even looking at that.
No, don't even pay attention.
I think some of them have invented some sort of clip, like your harness clip or whatever, that you could probably put your iPhone and cradle it so you can tune and still watch your TikTok while you're roofing. I bet you if somebody hasn't done that, I bet you they're going to do that now. Move the iPhone clip off a bit. Oh my God, I got to move that. Forget about your platform. Do the iPhone first. I need the iPhone first.
Yeah,
so I can hear it and watch TikTok videos.
Got to be able to have my social media.
Put it on the left. I got to swipe right. You know, this is that's what's going to happen. So I agree with you. Hand nailing is better.
It definitely is better. I believe that because you have more control over your install. Yeah. But one out of all of the people that I know that is adamant about hand nailing.
So one in Hamilton, one in Toronto. I think he's the only one here in Toronto area. Yeah. Well, he focuses in the West End here. Yeah. So
but crazy, right?
It's not crazy. It's respectful. I think it's respectful.
Yeah, but I mean crazy that there aren't more.
There aren't more because I guess it's volume. But I'm sure like him, he's not about the price or about trying to.
Right. He's about making sure the job is done right.
Exactly. Yeah. And I bet you that
I don't want to call back.
His clientele
that
is
like
that.
Is the worst thing.
Yeah, he mentioned that as well too.
Yeah.
So what about the regular roofers? I guess they don't care about the callback. They'll just send a junior.
No, I don't necessarily think that's true with everyone. Definitely not with everyone. But using a nail gun is definitely faster. And, sometimes the larger companies, when you're trying to, pump out 5 or 6 roofs a week, you kind of need to get that done.
It is pretty impressive. Like sometimes you see the circus come in and they just rip it all off and then they re-roof it
In
again.
and out in a few hours.
And you're like, they just ripped that off. I don't understand. I mean, there's a bunch of trades on the roof. It's fast.
What do you mean?
No, in general. When I see it in a neighborhood. But the thing is, here's the truth. Clients, I've never seen a client go on the roof after.
And go and inspect it?
Yeah.
Nope. I don't.
I've never, not once have I ever seen. I always go. I because I want to go.
Well, but that's who you are.
Yeah, right.
You're
I want to go take a look.
Industry. Yeah,
I want to see it. I'm curious about it. I'd be particular about flashing and terminations. And
knowing what it looks like.
I want to know.
But there's many companies today that don't even go up on the roof to do a quote.
Really? Are they binoculars?
Well, they'll measure from the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
They won't even go on the roof to take a peek at what's going on?
Not
okay, so how long does it take to take your ladder off and then extend it?
Are you doing a sale or are you just trying to get the job?
That's a good point.
I think, again, that is a whole other aspect of things. Like if you're going to call a roofer and a roofer's going to, show up at your house and drop a quote in the mailbox, or a roofer who's going to come in and talk to you and say, these are your options, these are your colors, you want something new, do you need this should be looked at, you should, look at your chimney, this valley's a problem. I don't know how many, what the percentage would be in between, but.
You got to get so many quotes in per day.
Maybe.
And then you just figure on the ratio, whatever, for argument's sake, 10 quotes in, I got 3 jobs.
Yeah.
That's it. So I got 3 jobs. Good. But if I got a ladder and went up there, take a look, made some notes.
Yeah, I do think that if clients or if contractors spent a little bit more time with their client,
you would get the job.
Even if your sale is, $2,000 more, you're going to show them why it's $2,000
I wouldn't hire
more.
a roofer if they don't go up on the roof to take a look at it.
I would be hard-pressed to hire a contractor of any kind that didn't come and do some kind of inspection prior to offering me a quote.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And I'm 100% on the same page.
I would just dismiss that quote. I just okay, so that's the effort you gave me. This is the effort I'm giving you.
I'm going to give you back. Yeah.
That's
I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't want to take the time to spend with that person to get the job. Do it right.
Let me do a little history in roofing.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Sure.
I don't know this stuff. Angelina pulls up this stuff. Primitive roofing materials. You guys remember how it all got started here? Roofs were made of whatever materials were available.
How long?
Oh, this is going far back. So we're talking about palm leaves, tropical areas,
Okay.
animal
Did we have palm leaves
skins.
in Canada?
No.
Igloos.
No. Animal skins, mud and straw in dry regions, fiber covered wood in colder ones. Then tiles came on board around 3000 BC. And China was the first to pull that off. They emerged through southern Europe during the ancient Greeks.
And were they made of clay?
They were made of clay, but then all of a sudden, 19th century, they started painting them as China would. Thatch, Northern Europe, switching to thatch in 8th century. Thatch remained popular till the 19th century. American pioneers used it as well. They went sawed beneath their thatched roofs for insulation.
Wow.
Thatch was also used in Africa, countries like Hawaii, Bali, Fiji, and then asphalts. When did asphalt shingles finally show up?
I have no idea.
No, 20. 1920s in America, asphalt quickly became the roofing material used for American homes due to their durability, waterproofing, heat, and cold resistance. And then metal roofs started showing up. They were expensive, durable, were reserved for wealthy and important individuals. Wow. Evident of copper, aluminum, and even gold tiles existed as far back as 300 BC in Israel, Sri Lanka, and ancient Rome.
Gold.
Flat copper sheeting was common in Europe in the 14th century and used in 1587 at the Castle Kronborg. And still using it till today.
Interesting.
That's a little history in roofing.
That is a little history in roofing.
Okay, so
Look at you digging that up. Good job.
This is like a proper show, you know what I mean?
It's pretty spectacular.
It's like, no, it's not a cowboy or whatever. Like, no, there's legitimate attached to this whole show. Where we want to go from here now? So where's the business going now? Actually,
Well, let's just hope it keeps going up.
no threats of recession next year.
I don't want to.
Well, with that face, kind of.
I'm really trying not to think about that. Like everyone that we talk to is busy. So I'm not, at this moment, I'm trying not to concern myself with the possibility of there being a recession. It's not affecting us right now.
Are you prepared for it? How can you prepare?
How can you? Yeah,
can't,
I
right?
want to say no.
But it was funny. I was having an alcoholic beverage last night with a supplier, and we were having a conversation about something else that he was telling me about. But then I just asked him, "Are we looking for a recession next year?" And he just said, "Custom rentals will get hit very hard."
Really?
That's all he said. He didn't say the whole industry.
Yeah,
Just
but
custom rentals. And I think we're starting to see that with our bank rates going up, inflation. Here in Canada, we're talking about, but I think it's going to spread down south.
Yeah.
Even in Europe, he was coming back from London, so he was just saying there's reservations going on there as well, too. Custom stuff. High rise and everything else is still looking stable.
Okay. So since you're now making me think of something else. So just on the big picture of cost factor. So pre-COVID to today. So in the last year and a half, on an average product, we have had a 63% price increase. 63%
That's
in a year and a
insane.
half.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Is it going to go the other way in a recession?
Possibly. If it does happen, I hope it doesn't happen too quickly, because then companies like myself will be stuck with product that we paid an exorbitant amount of money for that now we're having to sell dirt cheap. So God, I hope that doesn't happen. But I do think that it is going to have to level out. I do believe the price of shingles right now is too expensive. They really are per bundle.
How much is a bundle?
An average bundle, let's say a Cambridge bundle of shingles is like $39, and an average bundle, I think, of Dynasty is almost $44.
Wow.
So
and that's including the 63% increase?
That's the final number right now. Yeah, it's something in that dollar value. So, but so the homeowner being able to just get their roof done, in my opinion now, is very difficult without having to have it being financed.
Really?
Because, a $5,000 roof now is $23,000 or whatever. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid money.
So are you going to start selling a lot of 1x3 furring strips and tarps?
Probably, yeah.
I hate seeing homes like that.
When you were reading the history of roofing, the part about metal roofing, it's not like that today.
No.
No.
Are you guys selling any of that?
Oh, I sell shit tons of it.
Really? Huh?
Oh yeah. Yep.
What's the cost of that? Like how much? 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than?
No. 1.5 maybe.
That's it?
Yep.
So why not go?
More people daily. My brother and I have probably sold more metal roofing in the last, let's say, a good 5 years. The jump has been extraordinary. I don't know what percentages is. I'd have to sit down and
is
really
it metal?
look at it,
I've never had it installed. I never had a client use it or done it or whatever.
Wow. So the majority of our metal roof sales are directly to the homeowner, and they're installing it themselves.
Really?
It's not hard.
Is it safe?
For what?
For homeowners to go on the roof to do their roof.
Well, if they are capable, why not? I mean, I wouldn't suggest an 80-year-old man doing it.
No.
That's not too safe, but
why don't they hire a professional to install? It's just too expensive?
it would probably be too expensive, but they're very, very few and far between. Very few and far between. For those really good roofers listening out there, metal roofing, you need to get into it.
Well, that starts becoming like you're part of a metal trade at that point, right? There's skills attached to that.
There are certain, depending on the kind of metal roofing that you're doing, like there are some designs out there that really do need to take the time to choreograph the install, let's say.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at a metal roofing panel and you're laying them down in, 10-foot strips or 20-foot strips or 30-foot strips, if you're prepared, it's really not that hard.
But they all well, I don't know. Every manufacturer is different,
No, that's
right?
correct. There are some that are definitely interlocking ones, like a Wakefield bridge, a junior panel, heritage panel, those kind of things. But the majority of them, if you're looking at, let's say, an Americana panel, they're just overlapped.
That's all they do. They just like an S hook or something like that.
Not even. It's literally just overlapped like this, Manny, and with the screw.
So
at the
what's
top.
preventing it from coming up? Like,
the
wind
screws that are installing it.
on the top, but on the bottom, they're not. There are no screws on the bottom, no? Or there's screws on the bottom too?
On the bottom. You mean on the bottom of the panel?
Yeah.
Yes, you would put a couple just on the very bottom.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The install is not difficult.
I just don't like the idea of homeowners being on a roof. I've seen those videos online, right?
Well, I would probably say a good 80% of my sales, 80%.
What makes them think that they can do it?
They're doing it.
Who's telling them that they can do it?
YouTube.
Is that what it is, really?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, God, you can go on YouTube and learn about anything right now. But yeah, I would definitely say that the majority of my sales for sure are directly to the homeowner and they are installing it themselves.
So that just upsets the roofers then because they're not making money off of that.
Find me a metal roofing installer.
No, they're far and few.
Right.
But is it because it's a race to the bottom with the pricing because the homeowners can't justify paying them?
Well, but those homeowners that want to have that product, I think would probably pay to have that product.
And
they already want it.
It lasts how long? Is it lifetime? All of them?
Yes.
All of them are lifetimes.
The majority that I am aware of, yes.
Is it?
Like you're talking, a 50-year non-prorated warranty.
Is it true that when it rains, the house is louder?
No.
That's not true. That's a myth. That's an urban myth.
I want to say yes. And the reason why I say that is because I have a friend of mine who has a metal roof. I've been there when it's been raining. The skylights in our house, and we have 5 of them, make way more noise.
Yeah, because they're hitting glass, right? I hear it out of my skylights as well too.
I mean, you're going to hear it, but it's not like being in a barn.
Yeah.
Right, where you don't have like an attic with insulation and all that fun stuff. It's not like that. Not like that at all. You definitely can hear it, but it's not an annoying sound for sure.
So which metal roof brand do you guys carry?
Ideal Roofing in Ottawa.
Okay.
Canadian manufacturer.
It's a good thing. I'd like to see more of it in this country.
Yeah, we really, really do try. My brother and I really do try to keep the majority of our products Canadian.
That makes it challenging, though, to run a business here.
It does. But we're sticking to it because we do believe it is the right thing to do.
Is it a better quality product too?
In my opinion, yes.
For sure, right? But it's not dramatically more expensive. It's just probably fractionally, right? Or is it a lot?
No, I wouldn't say that it's more expensive.
Okay.
No, to have a Canadian product?
Yeah, versus...
no, because shipping stuff from the US
that's
right
the other
now
thing.
is
Now we're getting to the point where
crazy.
shipping is starting to level it all out. It makes sense
it's
that
not
it's staying
making
here.
it cost effective anymore. No, not at all.
Okay, so I think I asked, but I don't think we talked about it. Why are the shingles today worse than they were back then?
Worse?
Are they better or worse?
Oh, I definitely want to say better.
They're
For
better
sure,
today.
they
They're
are
better
better.
today.
They are lasting much longer. The products that they're making them with is much better. Oh, yeah. The designs are much different. The designs are
What do you mean?
all the same.
When they're all the architectural style,
They all
and
vary.
it's just different tones of this taupe or black or gray or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, really, there's probably not a lot of choices that you could choose from when you're having the option to pick granular. But yeah, the design, all of the manufacturers all make the same product or design. They all make the same design.
So how do they set themselves apart?
The quality of the product, some of the colors are different, sizes of the bundles are different.
Why would the sizes of the bundles be different? You get more?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
they're heavy as it is with whatever, how many are in each bundle?
21, 22.
Yeah, that's heavy.
It is heavy.
For me,
They're
it's heavy.
usually, so ICO's bundles are on an average about 80, 82 pounds a bundle, let's say.
Okay.
Their biggest competitor is 72 pounds, and the shingles are 1.5 inches smaller all around. You can pick up one shingle and it feels like paper, and then you pick up the other shingle and go, oh yeah, there's weight on that. What the hell do I want that for?
There's inconsistency in the actual shingles?
Well, inconsistency differences, let's say, between two manufacturers.
Oh, okay. I thought it was from the same bundle. Okay,
No,
all right,
no,
okay.
no.
All right, I gotcha.
No. One shingle definitely, in my opinion, is a lot heavier and a lot thicker.
Do you not want a heavier shingle on your home?
You would think that most people do, but hey, I want to save $1.
How much are you saving in the scheme of things? How much is that roof if you went the slightly more expensive one?
On the bigger, depending on the size of the roof. Let's say, $250?
That's what I'm saying.
Minimal. I don't know why someone would want not have the better product. Why would you not want that? It's your home.
I want to ask you a question. I've always felt that there should be a roofing inspection as part of the building inspection process.
Well, let's go a little further back.
Oh, and scaffold.
Why don't you have to have a license?
Oh, that too?
So why would you get your roof inspected if you're getting a contractor who's not licensed? Roofing trade is the only trade. You do not need to have a license to perform.
No, there's several trades that are.
I'm not aware of them.
Well, no, hang on a sec. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys are in Hamilton.
Yeah.
So even in Toronto, GCs are not required to have licenses, right? You don't need to be a painter and licensed. You don't need to be a tile and licensed. You don't need to be. You don't need to be a trim. You don't need to be a trim carpenter and licensed. No.
Oh, well, thanks for correcting that. But I thought.
But I know that in Hamilton,
if
if you're GC, you have to be licensed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't even get a permit or even do the job, right?
Yeah.
So why is it not? I mean, are we?
Oh, so why isn't it consistent throughout the entire province, throughout all of Canada?
That's a question for Ford.
Come on now,
Mr. Chevy, whatever. Like it's
I have
just
some more questions for that.
Don't worry, I've asked them to come on. I have just it's crickets on the other end of that question.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to have a discussion.
It's
with
a good point.
about
Why
insurance.
isn't it for the whole province?
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I've got a
think that's
trade coming, a
crazy.
GC coming down from Winnipeg. He's going to be on the show this weekend.
Oh, no way.
So I'm going to talk to him. He's got a lot of gripes going on up there as well too. So
yeah. It is definitely getting harder to.
So how would it like? What would you do? I know there's so many hours. Like there's the whole apprenticeship. So you got your framing, you got the HVAC, you got your tickets, you got everything. It's years and years and years. Would you do that same for roofing? Because I
do think that there should be something, because any person with a pickup truck and a ladder can be a roofer. Anyone.
Yeah.
I do think there needs to be some kind of education that you have to have. I mean, they do have them. They do have courses on specifically for roofing, but you don't have to have that.
You don't need to take it.
No.
So then somebody needs to make it that you have to take it.
Years ago, my brother tried with the city of Hamilton to make that.
How did that go?
Not well. Months and months and months and months of talking and red tape and bullshit to, sorry about it.
I just have this image of the people at the office in the government. They were like a coffee and a donut, and they're half through the donut, and they're listening to him and just wondering how cold their coffee's getting as he keeps on speaking about trying to do this. And they're not even listening to a word he's saying. He's just wondering what the temperature of the coffee is and will I finish this donut in time?
That's right.
Not saying that all city people are doing that, but I do have a clear image of that.
You have a feeling of that. Yeah. That's how, okay, so I have a feeling of that about insurance people.
They're the same?
There.
Is that a different story?
Yeah.
You realize that this is the construction life, not the vent life.
Well, it does have a lot to do with our business, though.
Very good point.
Not being able to hire drivers, and insurance is getting in the way. They're literally killing our business.
Has it gone through the roof?
The cost,
no pun intended.
The cost is insane, and the items that you need to be able to hire people is absurd.
Like what?
So we have been in desperate need of a driver for 4 years. 4 years. And forever, you needed to have a clean CVOR and a clean driver's abstract, and you're pretty much good to go. Today, you have to be a minimum of 25 years of age. You have to have a 3-year clean CVOR and driver's abstract. And now you also need to have a letter of reference from your previous employer's insurance company to get insurance.
How are you supposed to get that?
How are you supposed to get that? So you can't get that. However, if you can't get that, you can still pay a premium for this one particular driver.
Oh, so they could still do the job.
We can still hire
if you
them.
pay more money.
Correct.
That's like Toronto Hydro.
And it's not just more money. It's an absurd amount of money.
Twice?
Oh,
More?
triple?
Triple? So where's the safety factor or the policy behind that? I don't understand.
Where
Other
is
than
it
money.
written in my policy?
Yeah.
It's not. It's an unwritten rule. It's an unwritten rule.
So it's not even in the policy?
No. To my knowledge, the answer to that is no.
So when you've spoken to your insurance, they can't provide that this is what's required?
I believe the answer to that is yes. Yeah, that's right. They cannot necessarily say, well, it's written right there.
So then it's a no-brainer at that point.
But
no?
if that person gets into any kind of an accident,
they'll use what, a phantom notice there, a phantom policy?
It's insane. The whole entire thing is crazy. It's crazy.
Is it just because like the insurance company took a huge hit in the last 3 years that they're trying to recoup? Is that what's going on?
How can they be taking a huge
I don't
hit?
know.
All of these,
I don't know.
So let's just think about that rationally for a second, because for the last 2 years, everyone's been working from home. So less accidents, less driving, less bullshit. They're probably making gajillions on all the people now working from home where their insurance didn't go down. I'm not driving to Toronto every day. Right?
No, I know. I'm curious on if it has all gone down or they're just trying to recoup money that they may have lost as a result.
Well, this has been going on.
How many people? So let's say, what if people stayed home, and what if you're dual income and all of a sudden you got rid of one car, so now less money if they're making, right?
True.
Well, what if people stayed home and go like, listen, I'm not going to commute anymore. So let's get rid of the car.
I could just get rid of my car.
Get rid of the car, and then if I need to commute, I could either Uber it or take a train and go into.
Do you know anyone who's done that yet?
I don't know. I don't talk to people on that level about that stuff. I don't care what they're doing on that. I can only assume that people are comfortable staying home. So if they're trying to save money, then get rid of the car.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I'd like to know why the insurance company is gouging everybody coming back.
I would like to know that too.
I don't know.
Yeah. I would like to understand the reasoning behind that letter, for starters.
Yeah,
what is the reasoning behind it? Give me one good reason why we should have that. A CVOR and a driver's abstract already provides all of the information that letter would be giving.
Yeah, the last
and you
item,
can't
I don't
get that
it.
letter. You
Yeah.
can't get it. And if an insurance company wants that letter, you call them and you get it.
They won't do it.
No. Stupid. All things fucking stupid.
But it's affecting your business.
It is affecting
and do they
our
realize
daily business.
That's
Oh,
what
yes.
it is, right?
Oh, yes.
So how are you making your deliveries then?
Well, we still have 2 drivers, and those
Oh,
2
so you still
drivers
need another-
are now at their wits' end. They are
'Cause they
tired.
can't
They
keep
are
up.
overworked. No, they can't keep up. We need help. We need to hire people. Where are all the people? Where are all the people? I don't understand. Every single company that I speak to is in desperate need of staff.
Nobody wants to work.
How are they making money?
They enjoyed their little CERB checks. They enjoyed the little
Those
downtime.
little CERB checks are not going to pay the mortgage. So where is everyone?
I don't know. We should just
People
put trackers
listening,
on everybody.
we are looking for employees.
Everybody, but everybody in construction is having the exact same problem. We've spoken to people from outside of this country, and they're still having that same problem. Everybody's having. This is a global problem. This is the reason why I keep on saying that. Yeah, sure, the recession is going to happen. It is going to hit hard the custom, but it's going to be global. It's going to be the first time probably that it's going to be a global hit. It's not going to be just a Canada or US. It's going to be global, so it's going to affect everybody. Then what are you going to do? Then everybody that you're looking for is going to be looking for a job. They're going to be looking for a job. Everybody at that point will be looking for something.
Let's hope. Let's hope even by then we'll be able to hire some people.
What was I going to ask you? What other supplies you sell?
Lots. So besides residential roofing, we also have a full line of commercial.
I was going to get into the commercial roles. So all the roles.
That's his job.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a different breed roofer.
Yes, it is. 100% it is.
I used to always, every time we did a flat roof, I would go on the roof and I take the propane torch and I light up my cigar.
You can't do that today.
No.
Because you're not allowed to smoke on the roof anymore.
Can't do it if you get caught.
I guess that's true too.
But then you get the cigar, those guys are saying, listen, why are you using propane? Don't use propane to light the cigar up. It's a bad gas to use for cigars.
It's a bad gas to use.
Yeah, I know. But it was just done out of fun.
It was cool.
It was cool.
It was cool.
I mean, you know how big a roofer's torch is. It's huge, right?
They are.
That's all.
Yes.
But it was, you can't do it today. Probably
No.
get busted today.
Yeah.
But they are a
The
different
ministry
breed.
is watching with binoculars. Yeah.
I will say this. It was, I think, earlier on in my career because I did pull off those little stunts. And I remember there was DGR was in a concrete. They were doing a update with the Ministry of Labor.
Yeah.
And they were presenting, examples of what not to do. And I came up somehow. And then they called me and they let me know, by the way, just give you a heads up, you're on the radar. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, thanks for letting me know.
So they've been good. They visited before. I've handled it. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, we get them too. Right in our shop.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Why do they come into your shop? What are they looking for at the shop?
Anything and everything, not wearing a vis vest, not wearing steel toe boots. If I'm in the yard, if I'm in the warehouse, I should have a hard hat. Please tell me that there's no ministry people listening.
Oh, they're probably not. I'm trying to get Monty on the show, right? Just tell me you're wearing high-vis underwear.
And we do. And we do. We wear our steel toe
I don't
boots
understand why they would be going to your shop. They'd be better served if they're on the job site.
You would think.
Walk around and just
Yeah.
make sure everyone's
But
tied
they
off.
walk around and make sure that our inventory is all intact, that nothing's going to tip over onto anybody, and you're not going to cut your hand on that valley.
Is that a day like that's like always they come by?
No, not always.
Like every year?
No, I haven't probably. Well, we definitely had anybody from the ministry come in in the last, say, 4 years.
Yeah, because they all been staying home.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
But we've definitely had our trials with them for sure. So you want to know what else we sell?
Yes.
We didn't go on that. Let's go on down past that road. Yeah. So commercial. We have a full line of commercial, and we are growing substantially in of the rainwear product. So eaves troughs, downspouts, all of that kind of stuff. We are getting growing a little bit more in the vinyl siding aspect of things, getting our foot wet in that, and we sell Fraser wood siding. We sell James Hardy board. I sell a ton of James Hardy board for all of you Hardy board guys out there. Call me. I got you going on.
Cut it with a respirator.
What was that?
Cut it with a respirator.
I don't know.
Don't they have a warning on it? No, they don't have a warning on it. I thought it came from California. Or it's only the California sticker warning on it. Was it? I don't know.
So I think, from my understanding, and I should probably look into that a little bit more, but I do think years ago it was not a very safe product to work with.
Take a break.
Pardon me, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no
but
problem.
today it is a lot different. It is a lot
So they don't have the sticker on anymore.
I
haven't-
tons of skids come in my yard, and I've not seen that sticker.
Okay, so they may have changed it then.
Yeah.
It's been a while since
But man,
held
it is growing substantially, that product.
Nobody wants brick?
I don't sell brick.
No, but
So-
but I get, you know what though? But old Hamilton is mostly brick, older
Mm-hmm.
homes. But I guess new homes are mostly siding.
Well, but it's not necessarily new homes. I would
Additions.
probably say a huge amount of it is renos.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Huge amount of it is renos.
So you're getting into all metal flashing, capping, parapet work, all that stuff, and then propane tanks, torches.
Torches, yes. Propane
Some of
tanks.
the- yeah, the guys get the tanks for whatever they get
Yeah,
tanks,
they
right?
can get their own tanks. But all of the equipment, we've got all of that. And if I don't have it, I'll find it.
What's the basic difference between a flat roofer and a shingle roofer? I don't know. I'm asking. Because a lot of guys love doing flats.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys love doing shingles. And never will
They don't usually cross paths.
Nobody
no.
cross swords over there. That's all it is.
Personality-wise, I don't know. I don't know.
They're different.
That's a really good question.
They're different. Well, I think the flat roofers walk a little different because they're not always on an angle. That's what I could think of. I find that the shingle guys are a little, I don't know, slightly angled.
Maybe.
Right.
You definitely have to have a little
Yeah.
skewed personality to want to be a roofer. But there definitely is not anywhere near as many commercial installers as there are residential installers.
Really?
Yeah, in my opinion.
So typically a residential roof, are we still talking 20, 25 years depending on sun exposure? Or are we talking longer nowadays?
As you mean as they're actually doing the install?
Yeah, no, when they have to replace it. I mean, because that's yeah.
That's really kind of hard to say. But I need to, excuse me.
Go ahead, take a break.
Pardon me. So residential. The quality of the product they're making today has yet to be determined, I believe, of how long it's going to last.
I thought that, okay,
they've done all kinds of testing, right? They've done all kinds of testing. So, right, it's a limited lifetime warranty, which means
all asphalt?
Yep.
Really? Mm-hmm. No
way.
They don't last forever.
Well, they're not saying it's going to last forever, but it should last the length of time you own your home.
Okay, so what? If you buy your home when you're 50?
Well, they're hoping it's going to last 50 years.
I wouldn't trust that warranty. I'd like to know a number. But
okay,
I do know about the year, like the facing of the house, right? Like shingles. Well,
the
don't
sun,
age.
yeah, the weather,
yes.
All of that. It's definitely going to take its toll for sure.
Yeah.
But the manufacturers are offering the warranties a lot different now than they used to. It's very different.
So how are they
you
doing
used to
it?
have 5, 10, and 15 year, and then it went
5.
Oh yeah.
There was a shingle that was 5. Yeah. What's that for?
Oh, I don't know.
Cat's house?
2.
Like I don't really.
Oh yeah. And
I've never seen that.
Yeah, 10, 15 year, and 20. And then it went to 15, 20, and 25. And then it went 25 to 30. And now it's 50. So you used to be able to have let's just even go back, let's say 20 years ago. Your out of the gate warranty against a manufacturer's defect, they would cover the product and the labor for the first 5 years.
Okay.
Most manufacturers today offer a 10-year out-of-the-gate warranty.
Okay.
ICO actually offers a 15-year out-of-the-gate warranty. So for 15 years, you have full coverage, labor and material against a manufacturer's defect. Not an install, people, a manufacturer's defect. So if it's not installed right.
Oh, so who's going to determine that then?
Well, right off the top, if it's not installed right, you're going to get blow-offs. That is, in my opinion, the biggest problem with shingles today is that the wind is taking them off. Well, the wind is going to take it off if it's not installed.
Doing that
because the nails are installed too high on an architectural design shingle, because the way the shingle is designed, it's thicker on the bottom that you see and thinner on the top that gets buried underneath the top layer.
Yep.
So if your nail is not in that line,
on the line,
if it goes above, it's going to lift up the bottom of the shingle where the tar line is.
So it's not going to make contact.
Correct.
Then you get a lift up.
Correct. And then you get a blow off.
So you're back to the tum watching TikTok. Right.
Well, even if you think, so my brother explains this really well, that when a roofer is, in the motion of really going quickly, when you hand nail it, you're placing the nail where you want it to be.
Yep.
When you're using a gun, you don't do that with a gun. You hold the gun and go doo-doo-doo, right? Your arm doesn't go straight across because you're not going to lean back.
You don't stay in line.
So it arcs. So you're going to have one nail and one nail on the line, and the two middle ones, or the 6, whatever, when you're doing 6, they're not reaching. So it's lifting.
So we need a roof breathalyzer. Is that what it is? So they can stay on the line? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're talking about, that motion.
Yeah.
So how can you change? A trade can't
just
change.
Pay attention.
You can't do the whole sheet, the whole shingle. You got to do half of it and then move over to the other half.
Well, you can still reach. I mean, it's only 3 feet wide.
I know, but to get a straight line.
You just need to be a little bit more diligent of where you're placing your gun.
I know, but right now everybody who's operating a gun, it's on a roof, rolling their eyes, right? They're like, no, we don't have time for that,
saying,
right?
Mo, you don't know shit about shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing right now.
Plus, they're on an angle, so not even if they're curving it, the last one's on a slight angle, the first one's on a slight angle. The only ones that are juicy are the ones that are middle. they're probably
They're-
ideal. Perfect.
No, they're going to be too high.
No, if they're aiming for the center.
Yes, and working.
And
their
now
way
they're
out.
faulting on the sides, right?
Yeah, you just need to. So getting back to the warranty. Okay, it's funny how we all do that, right? So you're out of the gate warranty, 15 years. So ICO is going to offer you a 15-year warranty.
What's the back end warranty on that?
So once it comes into a prorated aspect, every year you lose a certain percentage. But once you get to, I think it's 40, it stays at whatever that percentage is for the length of time you own your home after. So it does depreciate. It's not going to be a full non-prorated warranty. It will depreciate a little bit, but even after 45 years, if your shingle has a manufacturer's deteriorated defect into it, you will still have coverage for it.
So how do they know that?
They'll test it.
So how are they testing it?
So we'll take samples and send them to the lab. They'll test it and then let us know.
No, but how do they know initially that shingle will last that long? Are they doing
they had
accelerating testing or something like that?
The answer to
or
that,
is it like
yes.
cheese? They're like putting on a roof and they're testing it from the 80s right now. And they're taking, it's not like that, right?
No. They have facilities. So Mike, that's what he does.
Okay.
He does product testing all the time, but mostly in the commercial, or all in the commercial only. So if he's doing it on his end in commercial, there has to be a team that's doing it for residential. I just don't know any of them.
So that's the biggest problem is that the nail is not installed correctly. The bottom is lifting up. That little tab of tar underneath it is not making contact.
Right.
And then you get your lift up.
Right. So that's not a manufacturer's defect.
No, that's an install.
Not covered under a warranty.
Now, what about weather? Because you get the guys that are rock and roll in the winter months and then all of a sudden...
So that's a little bit difficult. I mean, sometimes you don't have an option and you have to do an install in the wintertime. But hopefully those installers are explaining to their homeowners that you need to pay close attention because until we get some nice hot days, it's not going to seal.
Wait for a warm day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's chat a little bit of OBC talk. Vent pipe flashing. Mm-hmm. You guys offer all those things
We
too
do.
as well, right? Roof flashing is a thin material used to direct water away from critical areas of the roof, often around vertical surfaces like walls, dormers, vents, chimneys, and skylights. What kind of skylights do you guys have?
Velux.
Of course you do.
Of course we
Deck
do.
or
Both.
curb? Both?
We stock both.
I prefer deck.
Most people do. A curb mount would mostly just be for a reno. If you're taking out an old skylight and replacing it, you would use a curb mount.
I do like the Velux. Flashing fabricated on site for vent pipes shall be fabricated from copper sheet at least 0.33 mil. Does that make sense?
That's pretty old.
Is that pretty old?
I want to say yeah. Because
No, there's other versions here. Aluminum is 0.48 millimeters, so it's 5. What is that? 5 to 256?
Yeah. And I think that would also depend on what kind of product you're installing. So for something like copper or aluminum, that would have been used on a cedar shake, not necessarily with an
do
asphalt
you guys sell
shingle.
cedar shakes?
I don't stock them, but we can get them.
You can order them.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty.
They are pretty.
For the 2 weeks that they last.
I know. Yeah, they really are pretty. But
So this actually brings up another one because you can also use zinc. You can use lead sheets. You guys selling any lead? No, that's
it's
gone.
very rare.
Yeah?
And it's crazy expensive.
How, like, really?
Yeah.
Galvanized? You don't get into galvanized eavesdrops or anything like that, do you?
Galvanized, no, but aluminum, yes. Aluminum trough.
What is it with that one neighbor in every neighborhood that decides to go with a 6-inch eavesdrop? What's that joker all about?
I don't know.
I don't understand what's that all about.
I don't know. Do they just are? I don't know. 6-inch, in my opinion, is mostly for commercial products.
Yeah, but 6-inch for
buildings.
residential it's just too beefy. It's too big. It doesn't
I think so
look
too,
right.
but it depends on the house. I mean, some of these new modern homes are.
What do you mean? Because they're
quite-
so steep and the water
Yeah.
rainfall?
Yeah. Well, even on our little house, like I have like a 612 pitch. We put an addition on a couple of years ago, and now we've got an L shape in the backyard. And 612, that water comes gushing right off and right over the trough.
And a 6-inch will help that?
Probably not.
Probably not. That's what I mean. So
Splash
what's
guard
the
would be
point?
smarter.
Yeah. Do you sell or can you get me the Japanese downspouts? The little rain thingy dancy thing, whatever it's called.
Are you talking about the chain?
Yeah. In copper.
Just make that.
What do you mean you just make that?
You just go to the store, go to Princess Auto, buy a chain, hook it up, have a
No,
little.
not the chain ones. It's like
one?
it's almost intricate kind of like insects that are all connected with chain. You never seen this?
No.
And then the rain goes through the gutter and it just trickles down this whole thing. It's beautiful. Can you order that?
I will look into it.
Look into Japanese downspouts.
I need to write that down.
Japanese downspouts are beautiful. I've seen them in person in Japan, but they're beautiful. And I've been like, somebody's got to make them here. I've seen them in a home here. I think I was
Really?
Forest Hill. I've seen them in a home here, on a modern home. They threw it up there. And it looks beautiful because you don't get that downspout line. You get this copper piece of art. And then when it rains, it's just, it's almost like, it's like a gooey. It kind of just liquefies around the whole artwork.
Really?
It looks really cool. So there's no
Okay,
splashing.
I'm
There's no
definitely
nothing.
going to look into that.
But you
for
probably have a connection with some sort of supplier that can offer you
Sure,
or
I
get
can
it.
find it.
It's not going to be cheap.
Probably not. Probably not.
It will not be cheap.
No. But I'm just trying to. You wouldn't be able to leave it there for the winter.
Why? No, you're going to form ice. The only concern I have is thieves,
Oh, that too.
right? I mean, like back in the day, or the 80s and 90s, when you were outfitting plumbing with copper, you know, you finish the
was-
work, come back on Monday, cut,
all
cut,
gone.
all gone.
Yeah,
And it's sold at the
I
scrap
heard that.
yard fast, right?
that still happens today.
Oh, I know it does. That's why everybody's packs, which is sucks. But you guys also carry copper flashing and everything like that.
Well, we carry copper flat stock.
Oh, and then
we
they
would
shave it.
or we would.
Oh, you guys would do it as
We
well?
would make it. Yeah,
Because it looks nice when you're doing a copper valley.
it does. Depending again on the roof, but not cost effective. Not cost effective.
Oh, we're talking about expensive homes here.
They really would be.
There's lots of expensive homes in Hamilton
But I don't know
now.
if I would put a copper valley in just a regular asphalt.
Asphalt? No. Cedar?
No,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of thing would definitely go over well.
So the cedar guys, they're not a lot of those guys.
No. And my whole career, I knew one slate installer. One.
That's even rarer.
Yeah, he's passed now as well.
That's Old English.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful.
Slate's beautiful.
Yeah.
Tony was the only one we knew that did it. Yeah.
That's lifetime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But even cedar, one guy I know installs it.
Still does it, eh?
Yeah, one.
Pneumatic or hammer? I've seen the guys do
I probably
pneumatic.
want to think that he would still be using a hammer.
Really?
I think
the new
so.
guys that I've seen in Toronto, they're doing pneumatics
Wow.
with cedar, right?
Yeah, they're definitely not as popular in Hamilton for sure, cedar roofs.
It's just too expensive.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Plus, also, you guys have trees that rival Vancouver. You know what I mean? So then all the fall, like leaves landing on that cedar
that
roof
would
is just
probably not.
create problem on top of problem.
It
on top of
probably
problem, right?
Yeah, all the cedar bushes. Leaving some trouble.
So what do you do exactly at your shop, and what does your brother do exactly at your shop?
God.
What's the official title of you guys?
Oh,
I know
so
you're a manager.
Yeah, Andrew's the general manager and I'm the office manager.
Okay.
Those are technically our official titles. My dad still owns the business, even though he doesn't work in it ever. It's been a long time. My dad's been retired for like
He's on
20
payroll?
years.
Got it.
Yeah, he's been retired for about 20 years. So, but my brother and I run it. So all of the day-to-day stuff. My brother takes care of the guys in the yard and that kind of thing, and I take care of the office and customers, and yeah, we
Customer
meet in
complaints.
the middle. Yeah, that's my job. Again, air traffic controller.
You ever ask your brother to switch jobs one day, and you take care of the yard, he takes care of the people,
No.
or he'll probably kill somebody? All right, I'm not saying that he's going to. I'm just saying.
No. But I mean, like my brother is around in the office all the time. So he sees the customers, talks to the customers. When we decided we were going to move forward with all of the eaves troughs and downspouts and all of that, my dad and my brother really worked hard to get that off the ground. So my brother was doing all of the deliveries for the first couple of years. We now have a young guy who took that off my brother's hands, which makes me happy that he's around a little bit more. But yeah, my brother is more involved, I want to say, in the business aspect of the company. And I'm more involved in the personnel part of the company. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
And your dad did both jobs when he was doing there, or was he?
Well, it wasn't anywhere near as big
Busy.
as it was today. Yeah. Like my dad, had an accountant and a secretary and 1 yard guy and a truck driver. And now we have, well, there's still not enough of us. There's only 9 of us still, but it's busy. It's busy. So we every single one of us do multiple jobs. We all tag team. We all do everything without trying to complain about it.
What time do you guys open up in the morning?
7.
So bright and early, and there's probably a lineup of.
Sometimes
waiting.
there are people waiting.
So you're not going into the cold season.
Yes. So in a few weeks from now, it will be 8:00 because it's too dark at 7.
Yeah.
And we close at 5. So we work from 7 to 5. But then again, in the winter months, so come January, I haven't really quite decided if we'll be closing at 4:00 or 4:30. Maybe for January, February, we'll be 4:00, and then in March we'll move it to 4:30. And then
But the winter usually slows down a tiny bit. No?
It does. The residential aspect of things definitely quiet down, but commercial and siding is still quite busy. Yeah, that's what keeps us going through the winter.
So what else are you going to expand into? Are there any other thoughts on?
I think the most important thing right now is try to be able to get some staff, because it's really hard to grow, and it's like a catch-22. You can't really do one without the other. So, you don't want to expand and bring in too many products if you have no way to get them out to the customer. Sure. We're really having a stagnant problem right now. We want so badly to move forward and grow. And
have you ever seen it this way?
No.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when my dad was here, when my dad was working with us, he's still here. But when my dad was working with us, like, he would call, KRTS and say, send me your 2 best guys of this season. And 2 young drivers would show up, and they would stay with us for 1 or 2 years. They'd learn, they'd get educated, and, then they would go off to the bigger companies. But we're not allowed to hire those young bucks anymore. And a 35-year-old man does not want to slug bundles for a living. Like,
I get it. Trust me, I feel it.
The whole thing's bullshit.
It is. So
bullshit.
How can you change it? You can't.
I want to sue the insurance companies, but I can't get anybody to back me up, because
But
they
can't be
are
the only
causing us
mom-and-pop.
hard. What am I trying to say? They're undue hardship. They are causing us undue hardship.
That'll take years.
I know.
If not decades.
But not one person will back me up. Not one. You can't tell me that we are the only company facing this problem.
All of them are.
You can't tell me that we are. So is there anybody? We've talked to the CFIB. We've talked to ombudsman. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. Ombudsman. We've talked to our accountants. There's nobody that will listen. No one. So fuck all of you people.
It just makes you think that they don't give a shit about the small mom and pop shop.
No. And we're the only ones left. We are the only ones left. We have lots of competitors, but every single one of our competitors are multi-location companies. There's only one of us.
So they don't have any of these problems?
They're probably paying the premium, Manny.
Really, for it?
I would think they are.
But then that means their product is more expensive, no? Or they're just eating it? Are they
If they have multiple locations... If they have multiple locations, I would think that, sorry, my glasses are squishing my head. So if let's say one location isn't doing as good as the other location.
It could carry.
Right.
You guys are
We
one
don't
location.
have that option. Yeah.
Can the trades pick up? No, they don't want it. They want it all delivered, right? I know.
I want it on the roof, man.
It was in my head, and then I said it halfway out.
So then here's another path. So the Ministry of Labor. So the Ministry of Labor says that you're not allowed to carry bundles up on a ladder anymore.
Aren't people doing lifts?
How are we supposed to deliver them without a driver? Right? We have 2 trucks that have conveyors on it. We have a crane. And I have a flat deck with a forklift on the back. I have 4 trucks and 2 drivers.
You need 2 more drivers.
I need 2 more drivers. And those 2 drivers would be busy every day if we could hire somebody. Just in the last month, my brother has interviewed 3 different drivers, and our insurance company would not insure any of them without that letter.
That's stupid.
It is stupid.
Former employer letter?
Yep. No, it's not a former. It's from their insurance company. From the employer's insurance company is who we need the letter from. Not from the employer themselves, but from their insurance company.
But who's...
How are you going to get that?
Yeah.
You can't get that.
They left for a reason.
Or even if they're not leaving for a reason. Like,
It's
if they
just a
left on
difficult
good terms.
situation.
Yes. There's no way we're ever going to get that letter.
So why isn't the government doing... Oh, you can't go to your... You can't go to anybody? Like the government?
I don't know. What's my MPP going to do?
He's going to pee. I don't know. That's all he's going to do, right?
Right? Is there anybody out there who is listening? Give us a heads up on any path that I can take, because this is ridiculous. All they want is extra money. Well, that extra money is going to come out of our bottom line. Does our staff not deserve to have a raise?
You know what you might want to do is, and we're recording this on Tuesday night, but tomorrow night at Mohawk College in Hamilton, Women in Technology and Trades is having an event. And Agnes was here recently from Next Gen, so she does recruitment. But she mentioned another woman that does subsidies with the government for labor. So I think she's going to be there tomorrow.
Oh, like a government grant.
Yes. So and this woman, she's supposed to come on the show as well too. So like, this is just you and me having a conversation now, but everyone's listening. But I'm saying that you might actually, if you do get a chance, like check it out. It's tomorrow at Mohawk there, and you might bump into somebody. I'll send you the deets.
That'd be awesome.
So I'll give you the deets, but I'm going to try to make it there tomorrow as well.
Okay.
But I mean, go and you never know. You might bump into somebody that could possibly help you.
Yeah.
Because they are about recruitment and also small businesses, and it's actually connected to labor. Not just construction related, it's just labor in general.
Yep.
And this is something that she knows about, she's tied to the government for it. It's not the full amount, but it's something.
But at least it'll be something.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So just something.
Thank
to
you. I
consider.
appreciate that
No
very much.
problem at all.
That's
I do this show so I can meet people that tell me this information. I give it to you, and then I sound smart.
And it's greatly appreciated.
Let me do a little Green Book talk. You're very familiar with that because the Ministry of Labor come by, right? I wanted you to guess the fines associated with working at heights. Oh, look at that. I have mine right here. Mine's older, though. I can't believe you pulled it out. She's got...
When I saw it in the thing, I thought, oh, my God, I'm going to bring it. Because did you read that?
Of course not. What's wrong with you?
Because I'm like, I've never even
I have the OBC underneath the table here. I think it's one of the legs.
So what am I looking at?
Failing to ensure training on fall protection. What's the fine associated with that?
Oh, I don't know.
$550.
What?
$550. If you fail to train.
It's not as much as I thought. I thought
Everyone says that, but you get enough of those, it's going to be much. It's going to be a lot.
Let's hope you only get one and then don't ever get another one.
Failing to ensure a worker using suspended work platform system is trained. What's the fine on that one?
$550.
Yes. You see the pattern here. Yeah. Owner failing to ensure there is adequate roof plan. You need a plan for a roof? What's the fine on that?
What does that mean?
Owner failing to ensure there is a adequate roof plan. I guess an exit plan if something happens, an emergency or something.
You're going to climb out your roof?
I don't know. It's $550.
I need to look into that.
Failing to notify the Ministry of Labor of multi-point suspended work platform. Another $550. Failing to wear full body harness connected to fall arrest system while using suspended work platform. How much is that one?
$1,050.
$350.
Oh, it's less.
It's less.
Shocking.
Inappropriate use of ladder. What's the yellow card on that one?
I don't know.
$25.
Really?
That's stupid, huh?
Yeah.
But I guess so. What would be considered inappropriate use of ladder?
I don't know how you tie it down, how you don't tie it down. If you're just
we had one guy here say he put the ladder underneath the eavesdrop and then he hopped over. Or the soffit. He put it underneath the soffit.
Yeah,
and then
that
over.
You're not allowed
That's
to do.
Inappropriate, right?
Yeah, I would say that that's inappropriate. And probably, too, you're not allowed to go up and down the ladder by yourself. Isn't someone supposed to be
You're supposed to have a spotter.
the ladder?
You're supposed to have a spotter. Usually a ticket will also require the employer to follow up with an inspector to make sure that they have since complied with all OSHA regulations. Failure to comply or follow up with the mole inspector can result in further monetary charges. I know, moly. I'm going to say that to Monty if he ever comes on the show. So, wait, is it Mo or is it no, Monique?
It's Monique.
Monique.
Yeah.
AMA Roofing Supplies. This has been fun.
I'm so
We're not
glad
done.
you
We're not
asked me to
done.
come.
We're not totally done. Office manager website is amaroofing-supplies.com, and it's MONIQUEL at amaroofing-supplies.com, and on Twitter, AMA Roofing 1979, on Instagram, AMA_roofing_supplies, and then same name on Facebook.
Right.
What else? We're almost close to wrapping up.
Yeah.
What else you want to share before I get into the 12 questions?
I'm
so glad that you held back about everything.
Yeah. We've talked about a lot of stuff. What do I want to talk about?
What's going to happen when you guys retire? That day is going to happen.
Probably not a lot because none of the kids want it.
How old are the kids?
So Andrew has 2 girls, 27 and 24, and I have a daughter who will be 21 shortly.
So none of the kids want it.
No. They have all chosen different career paths and perfect ones for them too.
So what's going to happen? Has it been discussed? I don't mean to get into your family business, but I do.
I mean, we talk about it and we don't talk about it. You know, if anybody ever walked in with $20 million, I'm sure I'd say, thanks, I'll retire today. But I don't know. I'm not ready, to be honest. I'm not ready to retire. So it's not really a thing for me. So I've got at least another 10 years before I want to worry about that.
So right around the time that we have such a huge void of tradespeople in the business anyway, nobody's going to be here to do the work anyway.
Right.
And nobody's coming into the business to do the work anyway.
No, it's so sad. We definitely need more.
So it'll just be
women
all
in the
robots.
trades.
That's what it's going to be. You're going to be cursing at robots coming into your shop, ordering.
They're already in the restaurants.
What are you talking about?
Well, we've been to Swiss Chalet recently, and there's this little robot that actually delivers the trays to your table. Her name is Bella. No, I'm not.
Wow.
Yeah, her name is Bella, and she's got this little cat face, and it stands about, 4 feet tall, I guess, and it has a bunch of trays. And now the server still follows behind it and takes the plates off of it to put them on your table, but it actually carries the dinner to your table. So we're really not that far away from some kind of robot.
So right now, someone's listening, a roofer, and they're going to kidnap Bella.
And figure out how she can install
Convert
shingles.
her into a roofing tray kind of setup, right?
Maybe.
Bundles and shit.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The trades are definitely, I think, have taken a hit. I want to say that there's like a generation gap of, all of the technology people and all the trades people have been kind of suffering because of it. But even, listening to the radio and, watching TV, there's lots and lots and lots of commercials, lots of advertisement for, colleges and universities having, trade programs available to them. And a lot of, my daughter's friends are getting into the trades. Her boyfriend, Tyler, is a plumber's apprentice, which is an excellent trade. And he really is enjoying it. So that's excellent.
You went to school for it?
Yep. He's not finished it. He's still like in the process. Okay. Yeah. So cool. He's, I think he goes back in January for his second run of school.
Okay.
So he's already done his first run and has almost completed all of his hours. I think by Christmas he should have his hours to then get the second section of school done. So, and he really, really does like it. So that's awesome.
That's one.
Yeah, that's one. That is one. But yeah, I do think that the promotions that they're doing to try to get kids a little bit more inclined to get into a trade is starting to grow. Yeah. So let's hope that makes a difference. But, that's another 20 years of those kids coming up.
It's a constant problem. I don't know who's going to solve it. Nobody's really come up with a
is there any way to really solve any of our problems? No. All we get to do is bitch about them.
Yeah.
If anybody's listening.
You ready for the 12 questions?
Okay.
Right? There's no right or wrong. There's definitely no cash prizes.
Damn. $1 million? Damn.
What is your favorite construction word?
Fuck.
What is your least favorite construction word?
Fuck.
That's your least favorite? What turns you on in construction?
I don't know. I don't really have anything that turns me on in construction.
Nothing excites you in construction?
Actually, yes, I totally take that back. When a customer sends me pictures of projects that I've helped them do, that's what excites me.
That's nice.
Yes.
What turns you off in construction?
Impatience.
I sense it. What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
What's your favorite vehicle? Anything in the world.
My motorcycle.
What do you got?
I have a 650 Yamaha V-Star.
That's a big bike.
Oh, she's itty bitty compared to his bike. She's
What do you got?
minute.
I have an ultra classic.
Did you guys just put it away or no? Hamilton people put it away. Never.
No, yeah, they've been, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're
really,
wrapped.
yeah, I actually only got out on my bike once this summer. So sad, so sad. Once all summer. I can't believe it. But we golfed quite a bit, so that was okay. At least there was a little bit of give there.
Golf bike.
I know. I hurt my hip. I couldn't ride.
You can't golf.
Yes, I can. At least I'm not worried about hurt. If I hurt myself golfing, that's okay. Because I'm standing on the ground. If I hurt myself on my bike, I could kill myself. I'm not
Good
gonna
point.
do that.
Good point.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite vehicle?
My least favorite vehicle. Electric bikes.
Yeah, everyone from Hamilton is saying because they're all over the place.
Get in the way. You know what? Actually, it's not the problem. It's not the electric bikes I have a problem with. It's the rider.
People.
It really, truly is. If I have to get a license to ride my motorcycle on the road,
I agree with you.
you should have a license to ride
I
your
think
electric bike
all
on the
cyclists
road.
should be licensed and they should be plated.
Yeah, there
If
should be
they abide by the Highway Traffic Act, then they should be licensed and
I
plated.
agree. I think it's crazy that they're not.
Tried pulling that one off in Toronto. Ford. Yeah, I know. What construction sound or noise do you love?
The sound of a nail gun.
What construction sound or noise do you hate?
When the guys in the yard scrape the skid on the concrete. With the forklift. Like if they're just picking up a skid and they'll kind of drive into it and then it goes, it's like nails on a chalkboard. And my office is like right there with glass windows. So I can really hear a lot that what goes on out there. And oh my God, that noise is like, ooh, hate it. Hate that noise.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt one day?
Acting.
Acting.
Sure. That's what I was supposed to do.
And what happened?
My dad said, I need you at work tomorrow morning. Can you help me? And I never left.
Should start your own show at the shop.
Well, it's funny that you should say that because I've mentioned numerous times that we should have a reality show because the shit that happens in my office is fucking hilarious. Like seriously, the people that come in, the conversations we have, there definitely is no shortage of excitement in my shop.
So tune in tomorrow morning. That's it.
Yeah.
What profession would you not like to do?
Be a roofer.
I think everyone was expecting that one. Last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates?
Yeah, finally made it. Because there's a chance I might not.
Thank you very much. I know it was a
so
short
happy.
notice, and you're the first one to bring a green book.
And I didn't even open it still. I still have not.
Is it tabbed or is it now tabbed? Are those your tabs?
No,
it's
like that.
They don't do that. Look, they do this bullshit back in
Oh,
2019.
look, mine's much nicer.
Yeah. What did you pay for yours? 25 or 50?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I had to buy 3 of them.
Have you ever read it?
No.
Nobody reads it.
No. I have to have them out in the open for all of the employees to have. And I don't think any of them really know what it is.
No, they don't.
No.
It's just a green book.
It's another money grab.
No, there's information in there that when you actually commit a crime.
Well, there's information online too that I could have gotten for free. Does anybody ever use this?
I've never had to open it. I've never seen a Ministry of Labor person ever have one and open it and refer it.
No.
So I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
But we by law.
There's a first aid index. Look at that.
Yeah, all tradespeople are supposed to have one. Every single one is supposed to have one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Monique? No.
Yep.
Monique.
Monique.
Okay. Thank you. No, this is a pleasure.
I'm so
I know
happy
you
you
raced
invited
down
me.
here from Hamilton, and I
That's
wonder who's
good.
going to listen to it. I'll let you know when it's good, but I'll get you that information too as well.
Oh, yes, for
and
tomorrow.
I'll
That'd
let
be
you know when
awesome.
we're going to post it and get it out there. But I want everybody to check it out, take a look at it again. It's AMA Roofing Supplies, www.amaroofing.supplies.com, and it's MONIQUEL at AMARoofingSupplies.com, and Twitter is AMA Roofing 1979.
Yeah.
And then Instagram is AMA_roofing_supplies. Thank you.
Thank you. This was fun. I'm glad you asked me to join you.
Thank you, Angelina.
Thank you,
We are the
Angelina.
year.
Thanks.
Thanks.